Hi, I'm Brett Jenks, Rare's President and CEO. It's my pleasure to introduce you to the environment's leading behavior change organization. Rare is a global leader in driving social change for people and for nature. For over 45 years, across 60 countries, we have inspired and empowered millions of people and their communities to shift behaviors and practices that protect our shared planet. Today, our work has never been more relevant or more urgent. The climate emergency, overfishing, deforestation, the extinction crisis. These problems threaten biodiversity. They jeopardize people's health and well-being. They drive inequity and endanger the planet's future. And human behavior is behind all of them. But if people are part of the problem, they must also be part of the solution. Rare inspires change so people and nature thrive. We facilitate solutions that help individuals, their communities, and local leaders tackle global environmental challenges while managing their natural resources and taking charge of their futures. Rare draws on our extensive experience using the science of human behavior to inspire behavioral shifts that benefit people and nature. We help people identify and break down barriers to adopting sustainable practices, understanding their motivations, and empower them to conserve their natural resources. They are the true heroes of the story. By translating behavioral research into action, Rare offers the global environmental sector a new way to achieve significant and measurable impact. And we are leading the sector, responding to the increased appetite and demand for these tools, alongside good policy making and programming. Our record of success proves that we can scale our solutions and impact across regions, across nations, across the world. Nothing shows that better than our Fish Forever program.
Coastal waters are home to many of our planet's most spectacular and diverse environments. They support life, provide millions of people with food, income, and livelihoods, and are a vital tool for fighting climate change. But coastal communities and the ecosystems that sustain them are under threat. Launched in 2012, Rare's Fish Forever program is committed to revitalizing our coastal waters and empowering the communities that depend on them. Through a global network of 100 staff and over 150 local partners, Fish Forever mobilizes fishing communities and their local leaders to establish community-led management of coastal fisheries and restore marine ecosystems. It's a replicable model that leverages biological, behavioral, and social sciences to effectively sustain fisheries production, build coordinated advocacy among governments, and elevate the voices of coastal fishers. One of the best ways to understand our behavior-centered work is to hear an inspiring story of change. In the 1990s, coastal fishers in Tinambak, Philippines were in trouble. Overfishing and the use of dynamite and cyanide were decimating the local fish supply and the marine ecosystems on which fishers relied on for food and jobs. In 2010, Kathy met Rare. Together, they designed a campaign using social marketing, community events, and even a mascot to promote responsible and sustainable fishing behaviors. The campaign worked. Fishers stopped fishing inside the reserves. Their catch and their harvests increased, and local government even built a guardhouse and supported enforcement. Years later, Tinambak became the Philippines' first municipality to declare a designated managed access area where local fishers enjoyed exclusive access in return for protecting the no-take reserve. Today, Fish Forever works in 8 countries on 4 continents where high biodiversity meets high human use. We're reaching over 1,300 communities, 160,000 fishers, and 1.6 million community members. With Rare support, our program partners are establishing managed access areas exclusive to local fishers, paired with networks of reserves that are off-limits to fishing. They are on the path to establishing sustainable management across nearly 6 million hectares of coastal waters. They're using digital technology and data to make informed decisions about their fisheries. And what's more, they've come together through the Coastal 500. It's the first ever global network of local government leaders who are committed to prioritizing sustainable coastal fisheries. Fish Forever continues to scale our infrastructure and capacity to meet the growing demand for coastal fisheries reform. Our goal is to inspire change for 500 local governments and 10 million people, including 1 million fishers. Inspiring change has always been core to RARE's mission. Solving our environmental crisis ultimately depends on motivating people to restore our shared relationship with the planet and helping changemakers integrate the science of human behavior into their work.
The classic tools that environmental changemakers typically use to solve big, hairy environmental challenges usually leave out a universe of possible strategies and tactics to solve these challenges. Tools like rules and regulations and information ignore defining human characteristics and phenomena like emotions and social influences that drive our behaviors. A revolution in the science of human behavior now offers us a more complete toolbox to engage and motivate the whole human. And RARE's Center for Behavior in the Environment, or the B Center for short, exists to bring these tools to changemakers around the world. With a diverse team of world-class behavioral and social scientists, designers, and trainers, the B Center guides changemakers in designing behavior-centered environmental solutions. We help them understand and address the motivations, barriers, and social context of the actors whose behavior needs to change, and design appropriate solutions. The B Center also collaborates with RARE's program staff and partners to design and deliver behavioral solutions to a range of initiatives tackling individual and household greenhouse gas emissions, overfishing, unsustainable land use, conservation crime, water pollution, and the emergence of zoonotic diseases. Our solutions draw from best-in-class research and RARE's field-based experience. While most environmental organizations have a deep bench of expertise in physical science, they don't often have equal know-how in the science of behavior change. To address this, the B Center offers hands-on trainings, freely available tools and resources, original research, and engaging in-person and virtual events to build changemakers' capacity to design behavior-centered solutions. We're also growing an online network of practitioners and building partnerships with NGOs, businesses, and philanthropic institutions who want to design better solutions with the science of human behavior. The B Center is helping RARE bring its mission and approach to more partners and more challenges around the world, including our own regenerative agriculture program, Lands for Life.
Just as the B Center is transforming the environmental field and Fish Forever is reforming the way coastal communities manage their resources, RARE's Lands for Life program seeks to reimagine smallholder agriculture. Like coastal fishers, smallholder farmers are critical to feeding the world and stewarding lands essential for our survival. Lands for Life is RARE's answer to increasing food and economic security among the world's smallholder farmers, beginning with farmers in Colombia. The program equips and empowers smallholder farmers, agricultural extension agents, and their local leaders with the information, skills, training, and tools they need to shift to regenerative agriculture and more sustainable ranching practices. Our approach pairs the science of human behavior with the state-of-the-art digital technology to uproot deeply entrenched farming practices. This unique approach helps change social norms so that sustainable farming becomes the new default for smallholder farmers. We are working to implement regenerative agriculture as a powerful climate solution. Farming practices designed to harness the soil's ability to sequester carbon can help cool the planet and benefit the soil, water, and biodiversity on which we all rely. We partner with farming communities in high biodiversity areas, near protected areas, and strategic ecosystems to achieve tangible, sustainable, and long-term results for people, biodiversity, and the climate. Climate change threatens every farmer, fisher, and individual on Earth. RARE is stepping up to help humanity take on this threat.
Climate change is the existential crisis of our time. The good news is that people want to take action to fight it, and we know they're most likely to take action when they realize their friends and their neighbors want that too. RARE's Climate Culture program uses this insight to help everyday Americans shift to more climate-friendly behaviors. The program inspires people in the U.S., the country with the highest emissions per person, to adopt the behaviors with the greatest potential for reducing emissions, like eating less meat or switching to an electric vehicle. Climate Culture works with producers and creators in the entertainment industry, social influencers online, employers and civic leaders to normalize these behaviors and make them easier to adopt. Individual actions alone are not enough to solve the climate crisis. Governments and corporations must also act, and they will, when faced with the public pressure from voters, consumers, and employees to step up on climate change. We need to shift our climate culture to support the systemic, large-scale change we need to fight this crisis. With millions of personal actions, we can meaningfully reduce greenhouse gas emissions while increasing people's climate actions.
Our global challenges are immense, but solvable. By leveraging the cumulative power of individual action, we can safeguard and restore our shared natural resources. Rare's thankful to be on this journey with phenomenal individuals who share our mission and our vision and inspire our work. These include our incredible donors and supporters, our world-class board of trustees, our exemplary staff around the world, and most importantly, the communities who invite us to share in their experiences. They make us rare. We are looking for the next generation of leaders, donors, partners, and change agents to help us pave the way for sustainable, lasting change for people and for nature. Please join us to ensure that people and nature thrive. Our shared future depends on it.